Alright guys, now for part 2 of how to create an offensive scheme in Madden. Now the thing we're going to do today is build on what we learned in the first video, and we're going to specifically look at steps 2, 4, 6, and 7, which is, selecting your key formation, selecting your key plays, picking your audibles, and picking your base play. And the way we figure out how to pick these plays and formations is to just practice. Really simple, really just practice. Go into practice mode, get on offense. You can put a second controller on defense. You don't really need to for this step in the process, and just run plays. Run everything that looks interesting, everything that looks unique, everything that looks like it could, really just be weird or anything, man. Just run any play that catches your eye, run any play that you think is effective, run any play that you know already from past experience is effective, such as a bench or something like that, and just see how it responds to different types of defense. And the defenses you really want to look at is man defense priority 1. Go against man defense. And then secondly, you're going to want to look at the cover 3 and the cover 4, and then finally maybe some cover 2 a little bit as well. But the main thing is, if it can beat man, typically you can make adjustments to the plays to beat zone. So that is what I like to look at when I'm building on my passing plays. Similarly for running plays, you want to see how it does against like a quarter defense. You want to see how it does against like a nickel. You want to see how it does against 4-3, 3-4. Just kind of see how it does against different types of sets. For instance, if you're running a draw out of this set, it's a passing formation mainly, but if we run and they start running quarter, then we might be able to hit them with the draw, and the draw is effective. But however, if they run like a 4-6, the draw isn't as effective. So you got to keep that in mind and just really see which plays are effective and which ones you want to add to your scheme. Now the next step, once we've done that, we found all our plays, we figured out which ones are going to be our audibles and our base play. Now we need to find what I call the Krabby Patty formula. What is the Krabby Patty formula? The Krabby Patty formula is what can make this play go to the next level. And you need to do that to all of your key plays, or especially the ones that you're mainly going to be running. Your base play and your audibles are a must. You must do this with them. What you do, you find out. Again, go against man, go against cover 3, go against cover 4, go against cover 2. Figure out which hot routes are going to allow your play to beat that defense, and just really practice and practice and practice, because if you can do it in practice mode, more than likely you're going to be able to do it in the game, and you'll be more prepared when the time comes. Now, the other thing you want to look at is different motion hikes. If you motion this guy left, if you motion him right, and you hike it while he's moving, how is that going to respond? A big route is motion drags, because if you motion the drag, depending on the formation and depending on where you motion him to, he might get some separation against man defense. And that's just a quick tip right there. But those are the types of things you need to be looking for when you're labbing this part of your scheme. This is really the part that takes you from a good player to a really good player. This is what makes it tougher for defenses to stop you, because this is the part where you no longer are limited to just your play. You're now able to adapt to what the defense is doing and adjust what you're doing in accordance to what they are doing, and basically counteract what they're trying to do to stop you, counteract what they're doing, counteract their adjustments, counteract things like that, and then that will take your offense to the next level. Be sure to stay tuned for part 3. Thanks for watching.